Hello, and welcome to WSTB Clarksville, the information video for St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. My name is Richard Wesley, and I'm the pastor of St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. I am alone today. Ashley is away for the day, but will join us again next week. I always miss Ashley when she's not here. But let's go straight to the weekend events, the worship opportunities that are available for you at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. This coming Sunday morning, June the 21st at 10 a.m., we have a Zoom room Sunday school / devotional experience. In that Zoom room, I will give a short devotion, and we spend most of that 45 minutes really just catching up with each other. How are you doing? What's going on in your life? Are you, staying sane in the pandemic and all of the crisis and the craziness that we see going around the world? Then at 11 o'clock, we will have our premiere of our worship service on YouTube. Now, this Sunday, we're looking at a story in Genesis chapter 21. This is an interesting story. It's where Abraham and his wife have, after Abraham has a child with their slave, okay, they kick her and the baby out of the house. It's a fascinating story, and it's not a bad story to be looking at in the midst of all of the racial issues and conflict and craziness that we have in our country right now. Abraham and Sarah have an Egyptian slave. And Abraham, with Sarah's blessings, takes sexual advantage of this slave, has a baby, and then just discards her. After using her, discards her. I think there's similarities there of what's going on in our country in the racial strife that we're seeing. I think it's a relevant story. I've titled my teaching, Creating Promise Out of Pain. We're still in the 6-week creative series that we started a few weeks ago. Genesis chapter 21, verses 8 through 21, if you want to go in and read that before we get to that worship experience. So that's what's happening this weekend. Now, we still have our Wednesday evening Bible studies. We just started this past Wednesday, and we did an overview of the culture, the times, some of the historic things that we needed to know. We even took a look at Paul's theology, his apocalyptic gospel, and what that means, because he would have taught the church in Thessalonica his gospel and his understanding of the Jesus event. We weren't there to hear that, so we need to be familiar with what that teaching was, what he believed, because that fuels the conversation in 1 Thessalonians. So this week we will begin in chapter 1, and we'll begin a verse by verse. It's a short book, and it's an interesting study. That's what we have going on at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church this week. I would say this concludes this episode. Say goodbye, Ashley. Well, you know what? Let's say goodbye, Ashley, anyway. Goodbye, Ashley. We'll see you, Ashley, and the rest of you next week.